Birshut Rabotay, with the permission of Hashem, this week it's the Parsha of Yitro. The Parsha of Yitro, it starts Vayishma Yitro. Yitro, he was the father-in-law of Moshe Rabbeinu, he was the priest of Midian, and he heard all what Hashem did to the Egyptian when they followed the Jews out Egypt, and that Hashem, the Jews, they saw that the Egyptians were behind them, and then in front of them there was the sea. So there was like in a trap. They did not know what to do. So Hashem, he told Moshe Rabbeinu, let them go. But how can they go? They go where? They know how to swim. They cannot. But Hashem, he said, tell them to go. And then they went with a big emunah, and they went. And that moment, the miracle happened, that the sea split and the Jews crossed. Now, Pharaoh, he was stupid. Because Pharaoh, he didn't think for 1 minute that the sea didn't split for him. The sea split for the Jews. Like all the miracles that Hashem did to the Jews in Egypt, it was only for them. All the 10 plagues that Pharaoh got in Egypt, no Jew was hurt. So it's stupid from him that to follow the Jews inside the sea. I mean, it's not normal. I mean, if I was an Egyptian, I would not follow the Jews, because it's logic that the Jews, all what Hashem did for them in Egypt, it was for them. And how Pharaoh, he followed the Jews inside the sea. Well, from here I understand one thing. If Hashem, he wants to make a man fool, he can make him a fool. That is the end of Hashem. Hashem, he can take the free will from the person. He can if he wants. He has the koah, he can. Usually, every person has his free will. Hashem, he will not force you to do what you don't want to do. Hashem, he give you the Torah. You want to do it? Do it. You don't want to do it? Don't do it. It's like Moshe Rabbeinu, he said to the Bnei Israel, look, I give you the bracha and I give you the klala. I give you the blessing and I give you the curse. You choose. What do you want? You want the blessing? You get the blessing. You want the curse? You get the curse. You choose. You know, this is life. But when Hashem is see that really you want to choose the right way, so Hashem will help you. Hashem will help you. Now, Pharaoh, why Hashem, he did not help Pharaoh to stop? Why did he give him the idea to stop? Why Hashem didn't give him the idea? Stop. Are you crazy? Why didn't help him? Don't tell me that Pharaoh was so crazy to do what he did. I mean, what he did, it's not normal. It's not normal to do that. You have to know one thing, that why Hashem, he didn't help Pharaoh to stop, not to cross the sea behind the Jews, because Pharaoh, he was a bad boy, a bad king. Because Pharaoh, he was the first one to have the idea to follow the Jews and to bring them back. Why? Because the Torah said that when Pharaoh said to Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe, why you want to take the Jews out of Egypt? They're okay here, they're good here. Let them live here. So Moshe Rabbeinu said to Pharaoh, we have to go to stay outside Egypt for 3 days. And after 3 days we come back. Why you want to go for 3 days because we want to celebrate a holiday for Hashem. And we want to do korbanot. We want to do sacrifice. And here in Egypt, the Egyptians did not eat meat. And we, the Jewish people, we eat meat. How can we do sacrifice in Egypt in front of you? So we have to go out. So Paro said, no. At the end, Paro said, okay, you can go. At the end, after the play of the 10 of all the firstborn die, Paro, he told the Jews, get out, do sacrifice, please, get out. But after 3 days, Paro said, but Moshe, he told me after 3 days he will come back. Why he didn't come back? I mean, that means, just 1 minute, please, Yosef, listen to me 1 minute. Do you think that Hashem, he did all those miracles to the Jews in Egypt only for 3 days? No. Is it normal that all the 10 plagues that Hashem is sent to the Egyptians in Egypt only for 3 days, and then they have to come back again to Egypt to do what in Egypt? I mean, there is no sense. So that means that Paro, he was looking for troubles. And because Paro, I mean, if I was Paro, Chas v'chalila, I will think twice. After all what Hashem did to me in Egypt during 1 year, the 10 plagues, what do I want back the Jews again? And what am I going to do with them? I mean, what the purpose? And what the purpose that Hashem he did all what he did only for 3 days? So that means that Paro he was looking really for troubles. His emunah was not correct. And because his emunah was not correct, so Hashem told him, Hashem said, well, we have to finish our discussion in the sea. And that's why Hashem, he pushed Paro to go after the Jews. And when the Jews, they crossed the sea, he didn't think once, maybe there is a trap here. No, he just followed. Now, you have to know, and we know the end of Paro, that he was drowned. Now, there is a question that you ask me. Sometimes it happened that our emunah is strong. Sometimes it does happen. Bemet, I can tell you something. I know this. I know that even with me, sometimes my emunah is very, very strong. Very strong. I feel Hashem. And sometimes my emunah is weak. So, how to come back to the original emunah that I had before and I lost it? How? So, I have to tell you something. The Parsha of this week, Yitro, he heard all what Hashem did to Paro. How Hashem, he helped the Jews to get out from Egypt. He saved them from the hand of Paro when the Jews arrived to the sea, and Hashem he split the sea, and the Jews passed the sea, and the Egyptian, they went behind them, and then they drowned. Yitro heard that the War of Amalek. So what? A war. I mean, for me, it's enough. All the miracles that Hashem did to the Jews in Egypt, it's enough for me. What about, he heard the War of Amalek. What the meaning of the War of Amalek? It's like he heard the War of Amalek that the Jews, that Amalek came to fight the Jews, and the Jews beat Amalek. I mean, for me, it's not something incredible. You understand me? I mean, for me, it's like if I tell you, there was a mosquito that it was beaten by a lion. It's nothing. But if you tell me, I saw a mosquito beat the lion, wow. Yes, that it's more. But a lion beat a mosquito. It's a lion is a lion. So for me, a small tribe like the Amalekim, they've been beaten by the Jews. It's nothing. So what big deal that Yitro, he will come to convert himself for that. I want to tell you something very nice. You have to know this. You know what it is when the battery is flat, when there is no battery. When you have a car, you need a battery. But in the battery, if the battery is not full, so you cannot drive your car. So what you do, you have to fill the battery. You fill the battery, so once the battery is filled, so you can drive the car. It happened to me when I was young that I let the battery the car on, and the morning the battery was flat. You know, my friend, the body of a man is like a car. He needs a battery, but a full battery. You know, the battery, that I can connect myself to Hashem. I need emunah. I need Torah. I need to fill up my battery with emunah, with Torah. But when there is no emunah, when there is no Torah, so the battery is flat. So now you understand sometimes we feel strong in emunah, we strong in emunah because the battery is full. And that to fill up the battery, we need to do Torah and mitzvot. It's through the Torah and mitzvot that the battery is full. So as long as the battery is full, there is Torah and mitzvot, so the body is connected to Hashem. But when we feel a little bit weak, because the battery is weak, because we don't focus on mitzvot, we don't focus on Torah, I would like to tell you a beautiful story, a beautiful story. It was a man, that a rabbi, that always he go to New York from Israel to collect money for his yeshiva, and he said that always he go for 1 week. He said usually a lot of times it happened that he don't collect enough money, but the last day before he fly back to Israel, he made a lot of money. So he asked, he said, why during the whole week I didn't do enough? Why the last day? Yes, that was his question. Why the last day Hashem, he opened me the door? Why not the first days? He said, because when I used to go to New York, that's what he said. When I go to New York, I'm sure that I'm going to make money from the first time, so I don't pray enough. But the last day, when I see that my pockets are empty, so I start to pray more to Hashem. So when I pray to Hashem, so Hashem will give me. You understand? That means that during all the week, he was sure that he's going to make money. So he didn't make. But when he saw that the last day is coming, now he has to go back. So he prayed more. So actually, you know what the rabbi said? He said, when I realized my mistake, what I did, listen to this. He said, when I realized my mistake, that always I make money the last day, what I did, from the first day that I arrived to New York, I started to pray very much to Hashem, and I had a good week every day. So you see, we feel the battery, we feel our battery, our body, so that our body can be connected to Hashem, and to have bitachon on Hashem, to have emunah on Hashem, only when we connect ourselves with the Torah. when you connect yourself with the Torah, so the battery is full. It's full. Yeah. I would like to tell you something. I don't know if you heard about a big rabbi. His name Sha'agat Aryeh. He was a big rabbi. That he was the chief rabbi of Volozhin. It's a story about 300 years ago, 400 years ago, something like that. And the community there, they didn't pay him well. And really, he was a poor man. So he decided with his wife to move to Metz. Because in Metz, they proposed him a good amount of money to live. At least he don't want to become millionaire, just to live, to have bread, to have coffee, to eat, buy sugar. That's it. And then he went to Metz, and he wrote there a book. Now, this big rabbi, he wrote 2 books. One book, his name is Sha'agat Aryeh. Listen to this, huh? And the second book, his name, Torah Even. So look, there is Sha'agat Aryeh, the book Sha'agat Aryeh, and the second one, Torah Even. The book of Sha'agat Aryeh, he wrote it in Volozhin. And Torah Even, he wrote it in Metz. Now, 100 years later, rabbis of all over the world, they started to make to understand which book is the best, the Sha'agat Aryeh or Torah Even. They wanted to know which is the best book. And they realized that the book of Sha'agat Aryeh was better than the book that he wrote, Torah Even. Why? Because the book of Sha'agat Aryeh, he wrote it when he was poor. And the book of when he didn't get much money. He had more emunah and bitachon on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So that book was fabulous. But in Metz, he wrote Torah Even. And in Metz, he got a good wage. So the focusing on the Torah was not the same like it was in Volozhin. That way, the book, it was a little bit less quality than the book of Sha'agat Aryeh. My friend, I have to tell you something. Yitro, he was the first one to become Jew. He was a priest. He was the priest of all the idolatry that it existed at that time. That was Yitro. And then Yitro, he started to know Hashem. He heard. My friend, everybody heard what Hashem did to the Jews. Everybody, the only one who heard and came to convert himself, who? Yitro. What about the rest of the world? Every day we sing Az Hashem Moshe B'nai Israel, and the song it said, Sham'u Ammi Megazon. The whole world, they heard what Hashem did to the Egyptian. And the whole world was worried. But what happened? No one came. You know, Hashem never forced nobody to come. Never forced. I mean, he never forced nobody to come. But no one came. The only one who forced himself to come, it was Yitro. Why only Yitro? Why he came? Why didn't wait? Why he came right away? Vaishma, Yitro heard the Jews cross the sea. Wow! Yitro heard how the trap that Hashem he made to Paro in the sea. Wow! Yitro heard Paro, the crazy Paro, instead of sitting in his kingdom in Egypt quietly, he came to run after the Jews. Wow! And Yitro, he said, well, I have to go to the desert to convert to Judaism. What pushed Yitro? You know what pushed him? When he heard what Hashem did, his batteries were flat. And the only way to fill them, only with Torah. So that's why he came to fill his batteries. He came to fill his batteries. Now he had emunah, but emunah it's not enough. Emunah it's not enough. So that's why Yitro came. He came to fill up his batteries. The others, as well, they heard like Yitro. But you know what they said? We have time. One day will come. And then, in the meantime, they become cold, the battery flat, that's it. But Yitro, before the battery will be completely flat, he came. He had emunah, but he need Torah. You need both of them. What we say as Hashem Moshe? Vayaminu b'Hashem Moshe avdo. What that mean? Emunah on Hashem, Moshe is Torah. You know what the Orach Chaim HaKadosh said? That Mashiach will come only b'zchut Moshe Rabbeinu. Mashiach will come only with the zechut of Moshe Rabbeinu. Why? The Orach Chaim HaKadosh, he said, why only with the zechut of Moshe Rabbeinu? You know what the Orach Chaim HaKadosh said? Because Moshe Rabbeinu, he is the symbol of the Torah. He is the symbol of the Torah. And because he is the symbol, only with the zechut of the Torah, Mashiach can come. So we have to strengthen ourselves in the Torah so we can approach the Mashiach. Now, that's why when as Hashem Moshe Obnei Israel, when Moshe Rabbeinu started to sing, all the Jews started to sing with him. They connect themselves with Moshe. Between you and me, who prepared the song? Moshe. Where the Jews prepared that as Hashem Moshe, Ubnei Israel. I mean, it's like you start to sing and I follow you. I mean, I don't know your song. You wrote a song. You're the only one who knows you are author-compositor, the song. You wrote it. You start singing the song and I follow you. Hey, from where I follow you? From where? So Moshe Rabbeinu alav hashalom, he was so much a good man. He wanted that all the Jews will follow him. So he prayed to Hashem, please, I don't want just to be happy only myself. I want as well the Jews to be happy with me. So the Jews followed him. So that means that Moshe Rabbeinu alav hashalom, he was a man of Torah. You know how we call the Torah? Shira. Like the Torah said, Kitvo lachem hashira. That's why when we study Torah, we sing. Amar Rabba, da. We sing. Because the Torah, it's shira. When you study Torah, you have to be happy. Like now, you're smiling. You have to be happy. The only thing that make me happy when I understand the Torah. When I understand the Torah, that's the only thing that make me happy. And this is, as Asher Moshe, et Hashira Azot, because Moshe Rabbeinu was the man of Torah, so everybody joined him. How did join him? Because Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe said to Hashem, how you want that the Bnei Israel, they will follow me, they will learn from me the Torah, if they don't follow me now in this song. Okay? Now, that's why the Jews, they love Moshe Rabbeinu, because Moshe Rabbeinu, he opened them the door to join him in the Shira. Because he joined him the Shira, so they accepted the Torah. That means the Shira from Moshe Rabbeinu. Vayabinu b'Hashem or Moshe Avdo. Now they had emunah. Emunah in just emunah, it's not enough to connect you with Hashem. You need Torah. Vayabinu b'Hashem or Moshe Avdo. Now you understand why, unfortunately, sometimes we feel very high spirit, sometimes we feel very high, big emunah, and sometimes we feel a little bit down. We feel a little bit down. You know why? Because the battery, the only way, that's why the Torah said, "Ve'agita bo yomam v'layla." You have to study Torah day and night. Why? What meaning day and night? I mean, that means what? It's impossible to study Torah day and night. It's impossible. It's impossible. But when you love the Torah, you are connected to the Torah, when you go to sleep, Hashem will consider your sleep like if you study Torah. Why? Because you went with love the Torah. So your battery is not flat. The battery is not flat. And when you wake up, you know what the first bracha you do when you wake up? Al divrei Torah. Baruch atah Hashem. Why? I just woke up. I didn't study Torah. Why? Because when you went to sleep with connection with the Torah. So that connection remained all night till you wake up. And then you're happy. Then you do the bracha al divrei Torah. So your connection with Hashem is, you know what Arizal HaKadosh said? Arizal HaKadosh said, Hadashim labekarim rabba emunatecha. What that means? Arizal explained, Hadashim labekarim, when we wake up in the morning, we are a new person, with new emunah. Our emunah is bigger. Rabba emunatecha. What the meaning of this? What the meaning of when I wake up in the morning, my emunah is bigger? What that mean? Why? When I wake up in the morning, Hadash, I am a new man, my emunah is bigger. You know why? You know, because all night my neshama was with Hashem. So when I wake up, I wake up with more emunah of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But all this only when I connect myself before I go to bed with Hashem. I do Shema Israel. Shema Israel is Torah. When you say Shema Israel, it's Torah. When you do Abracha, it's Torah. When you do Abracha, it's Torah. Hadashim labekarim rabba. That's why we go strong. Our emunah, it becomes stronger in the morning, and then it's up to us to keep it during the day. So now we understand why our emunah sometimes it's weak, sometimes it's not. It's not good. I would like to tell you something very, very beautiful. Now we understand why Yitro, when he heard what Hashem did, and he heard that the Jews are in the desert, he came. Why? Because Yitro said to Moshe, Moshe, I know who is Hashem. I know. I made some investigation, and I realized that Hashem, Hu Elokim, and that Hashem, look her. It's incredible. Look what he said. Vayomer Yitro, and Yitro said, Baruch Hashem, thanks Hashem. Asher Yitzil Etchem, that he saved you from the hand of the Egyptian and from the Paro. I mean, Ata Yadati, now I know, Ki Gadol Hashem, that Hashem there is nobody bigger than Hashem. That means that Yitro, he did research. You know what our rabbi said? Yitro, he was the first one to say Baruch Hashem. This Baruch Hashem that all the time you hear people, how are you? Baruch Hashem. How are you? Baruch Hashem. Who was the first one to say Baruch Hashem? Not Abraham, not Yitzhak, not Yaakov, not Moshe. Yitro, a goy. He's the first one that blessed Hashem. And it's incredible. Because he was the first one to make his own investigation. Who is Hashem? And he found out who is Hashem. He found out who's Hashem. Now that he found out who's Hashem, he came. Why he came? Because now he has emunah. But without Torah, the battery would be flat. It's only half battery, full. To have a full battery, Emunah and Torah. Only half battery is no. Now you understand, when the Jews arrived to the sea and they started to sing, they said, Vayaminu b'Hashem u'Moshe avdu. Now, they said, they have big emunah on Hashem, and then now they have emunah on Moshe. Why Moshe? Because it's Moshe that's going to teach them the Torah. So why?
Symbolize the whole.
Yes, because Moshe symbolized the Torah. Now, why Amalek came? Because the Jews, they started to be a little bit lazy. Their preparation for the Torah was lazy. That's why Amalek came. Now, that means, as long that they were preparing to receive the Torah, their battery was full. Vayaminu b'Hashem o Moshe avdu. But when they started to slow down in preparation of the Torah, so the battery started to be a little bit empty. So Amalek came. So the Yitzhara came, the Yitzhara came to bother you only when you are empty from Emunah and from Torah. You need both of them. Emunah, it's not enough. You need to, with Emunah, the battery is only half full. And without Torah, even the Emunah, you may lose it. So you need both of them. And that way Yitro came. That way, what Yitro heard? Amalek. So what? Well, Amalek, he took the advantage. He took the opportunity to see the Jews that their battery was half empty. So he came to fight them. So Yitro said, I will not let myself wait till I lose my emunah, and then I will not go to receive the Torah. So quick, he went before his battery will be empty from emunah. So he received the Torah. My friend, this is your first question. Now we understand. So how can we recontact ourselves with
Only Torah?
Only Torah. Only Torah. This is something. This is something, and this is something. So now, how can we cancel our bad thoughts? Well, my friend, I have to tell you something. A bad thought came when your empty is not connected with Hashem. So when the brain is empty from the connection, so bad thoughts came. Look. The Torah said, "Lepetah hatat." Just imagine, you let the door of your house open. Animals will come in. Robbers will come. You have to close it. The brain, the only way to close it, to shut it, only with the Torah. But when there is no Torah, there is no emunah. So the brain is open for the Satan, for the Yitzhara. And he becomes full from, I would like to tell you something beautiful. And then I will stop. This is something beautiful. Moshe Rabbeinu, when Hashem told him, go and tell the Jews that I'm going to deliver them, at the beginning, they believed him. And they were happy. But the second time, when Moshe Rabbeinu came to the Jews, and he told them, well, Be'ezat Hashem, this year, Hashem is going to give 10 plagues to the Egyptian, and you will be out. They didn't listen to him. And the Torah said, Mekotzer roach v'mi'avodak. They didn't listen to Moshe. They feel that their heart was, closed. So the question is, why at the beginning they believed him, and the second time they didn't believe him? It's a beautiful question.
Mm-hmm.
At the first time, yes, they were happy and they bent to Hashem. Thank you, Hashem, for the good news. And then the second time, I don't know what happened to them. They lost their faith, their emunah. And I have a beautiful answer for you, and then I stop. The beautiful answer is, Hashem wanted to teach the Jews one thing. How emunah is strong when it is with Torah, and how emunah is weak when there is no Torah. The first time, when Moshe Rabbeinu told them, they had a big emunah. Baruch Hashem, good news. But what about the Torah? Because Moshe Rabbeinu represents the Torah, so they've been like they had the influence of Moshe Rabbeinu, and their battery is full. Big emunah on Hashem. Mm-hmm. But the second time, they had emunah, but Hashem made that they will not get the influence of Torah of Moshe Rabbeinu. So they were only with emunah without the Torah of Moshe Rabbeinu. That's why they did not listen to him. That means, I would like to tell you something. When I saw your grandfather, I don't know if I told you this or not, in Miami, I was talking, it's like all the time that I was talking to him, I was talking to a man, with a man that he was full of emunah, a big emunah. But what about the Torah? Well, I have to tell you something. Because he supports Torah, so he become like a man of Torah. There is one day, Rabbi Ovadia Yosef Alav Shalom, one day he said that sometimes after 120 years, a man, he arrived up there, they will tell him, you are Rabbi X. He said, no, I'm not Rabbi X, I'm just a Jew. No, you've built mikvaot, you built yeshivot, you have kolelim, you have... No, I think you got a mistake. I think you mean somebody else. It's not me. I don't have yeshivot. Look, I don't have beard. I don't have money. No, I don't have mikvaot. I don't have... So they tell him, yes, you have all this, but I'm sorry, I'm not. Because you supported the Torah, you supported those who study Torah, you supported those who to build mikveh schools. It's like you build them. So the builders of the Torah they are not only those who study Torah. The builder of the Torah they are always as well those who support the Torah. So now we understand that in life, if you want to strengthen our emunah on Hashem and to make it always stronger and stronger, not to lose it only when the battery is full. And the battery to be full, you need emunah and Torah. My rabbi, Rab Shammai Alav Shalom, when I was a baby, he used to go to South Africa to collect money. Rab Shammai Alav Shalom. He used to go to South Africa. And one day, I remember he told us that in South Africa, he was collecting money. It was not easy, And then he saw a man that he sold suits, and he was with a Gemara opened, with no yarmulke. With no yarmulke. No, I did not have a kippah in his head. So he was shocked. And the businessman called the rabbi. Hey, Rabbi, I want to ask you a question about the Gemara. So the rabbi told him, where's your yarmulke? No, I don't wear yarmulke. But how you study Torah without a yarmulke? He said, well, the Torah, it's intelligent. That give me, make my brain strong. So he told him, so he said, no, please, I cannot give you an answer. You have to put a yarmulke. So he gave him a yarmulke, he put it, and then my rabbi started to study with him. And my rabbi said, you see, you can be a big tzaddik, a big rabbi, to understand Gemara, but there is no emunah. Because if he had emunah on Hashem, or if he had the At Shamayim, how can he study Torah without a yarmulke? It's impossible. You need both of them. You need to know Hashem only through Torah. But before the Torah, you need emunah. That's why Hashem, he didn't give the Torah to the Jews till he saw that they had a big emunah. When Hashem he saw that the Bnei Israel, they reach a level of emunah on him, so he gave them the Torah. Now, but that's what.
But
yes.
Sorry to cut you off. But how they get emunah first without the Torah? If the only way you could have emunah is with Torah.
That's why Hashem he made a lot of miracles. Through the miracles, they saw that there is only Hashem. They saw what they see now. Nobody can do it. Nobody can do it. So that's why Hashem, before he gave the Torah to the Bnei Israel, first he showed him who he is, that he is the creator, that he is the one who created the world. So then he gave them the Torah. Once with the emunah they fill half of the battery, now we have to fill it all of it. How? Through the emunah. Amalek came because they slowed down. And because they slowed down, the emunah was down. And that's why every day we have to remember Amalek. Who is Amalek? Is the Yetzer Hara. Who is the Yetzer Hara? Is the one that you want to bring down your emunah. You want to switch off your emunah from you to make you a cold man. Cold. Like somebody, one day, I was giving a good shiur, and everybody was excited, but there was a man, he was looking at me like that. He didn't move. He didn't move. He was like, and I tried to make him laugh. He wouldn't laugh. After the shiur, people, they came to tell me, people wanted a bracha. He didn't come. When I left, I went to him. I said, are you okay? He said, yes. You didn't enjoy the shiur? I said, no. I have no proof that what you said is true. I have no... Who said that Moshe? Who said that the Bible is true? Who said there is God? Who said? I looked at him. I told him, one day, I came home and I smelled food. I smelled, food that my wife, she did. And I went to the kitchen. I thought, hey, Viviane, I smell good. And she told me, it smells good. Maybe it's not good. Taste it. Taste it.
I don't get it.
Huh?
What's the...
Yeah, I explain you. Sometimes you can smell good food, but it doesn't mean that it's good. You have to taste it.
Right. Oh, so.
Understand?
Right.
Like today.
I got it.
Today, they bring me a good fish. Really, a good fish. But as soon I put it in my mouth, I take it out of my... Why? Because it was too much salt. So it smelled good, but it was salty. I think didn't wash it well. So,
Right.
So I told him, David HaMelech said, Ta'amur o kitov Hashem. To know the test of Hashem, of Emunah, you need Torah. You can listen a million lectures if you don't do a little bit, if you don't approach to know first who is Hashem.
Mm-hmm.
First you have to know, but you must have the willing to know, to want to know Hashem. Like the other nations, they heard about Hashem, but nobody came. The only one who heard about Hashem came, who? Yitro. What the difference between Yitro and the others? Because Yitro really wanted. He realized that his battery was half full. Now he want to fulfill it, all of it, with the Torah. The others, they said we have time. But in the meantime, they lost their emunah, and that's it. So this is the shiur of today.